All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming over. That was a really great multi stream with conspiracy music, and the panel was amazing. I was really kind of bummed because my internet connection was really sketchy for a big chunk of it, even when I was up there, so I couldn't really talk very much. But I was glad to be able to participate and stream it on my channel. And 15th Bend was up there for part of the night. Got to hear some of his music. So
Hey
thanks,
everyone.
15th, for coming over here and hanging out some more.
Oh, of course, I thank you for having me. I missed my stream from last night. I think I had to get it out of my system to be on camera. I'm too used to it now. So it's good. It's good that you invited me. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me, and hello to everyone in the chat. I see a few familiar names. Cherokee Mommy's here. But yeah,
Yeah, let me kind of go through and say hi to everybody. I saw Dux was over here right away. Dux, you're always amazing about coming over and showing support to everybody.
hey Lux.
Billy, I always like to see you. I'm glad you're here. If you are still, hang out in the chat, say hi. Mallory,
Roque
glad you
is
came
here.
over. Oh, all
Roque.
right. Yeah. I'll go ahead and drop the link in just a minute. And if anybody else wants to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to.
Yep.
And Cherokee, good to see you. The cat was hanging out in the chat for the last stream too. Oh, look, 15th is here. Mr. Smooth.
Mr. Smith. Oh man, I can't get used to these
You're not
titles.
gonna get rid of that one. I think Queen started that one, right? She's
Yeah,
got it.
and ironically, I called Mr. Smith because I was putting a spin off on Smith, so I was just taking the I out and putting two O's. So I was like Mr. Smooth, and she was just like, no, 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 you're Mr.
Gotcha.
Smooth now.
Yeah. Hey, Justin. Good to see you. DS. Hey. All right. Well, I'm gonna wait for a second and get this link so I can have more of you come up and join us if you want to. Yeah, and then I would love to play a couple of your songs, 15th. Um,
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's definitely some people here who've heard your music, but I know we all love to hear it again. And there might be some people, lurking or here that haven't. So, they need to get clued in.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, hang on one second, and I'll just gonna drop this link in the
Uh,
chat.
Queen Bee is there. Hello, Mr.
Hey,
Smooth.
Queen.
Hey,
Good to
Queen
see you,
Bee.
lovely.
Oh my God, Hugh is here too. Now this chat is just gonna be.
All right.
Hey, brother.
Okay, the link is there, and I'm just about to pin it, so it's up at the top of chat. So if you want to come and join us, you just have to show your face backstage, and you don't have to keep your camera on, but just so I can make sure it's not somebody being inappropriate, because that's definitely
Yep,
happened a few times. Hey, Sharon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah.
Lord Spike. How's it going,
Abe,
brother?
thanks for coming over. Spike, thank you for being here.
Oh, Abe is here too. Yeah. Hey, Abe,
Yeah.
how's it going, bro?
Yeah, thank you to everybody coming on over. Spike, thanks for dropping links earlier. And I don't know if Anti's over here yet, but thank you, Anti.
Oh, once Anti shows up, then it's gonna be links like every second.
Yeah,
My
he's
man.
pretty amazing.
Yep.
Hey, Deborah. Good to see you. All right, well, let me go ahead and pull up your song here. I think I'll go ahead and start with Solitude.
Sure. Solitude was just played on Clay's stream. You can start with Regrets if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. You're right.
Yeah, just a
Here we go.
suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, good call. All right, hang on one
Abe is
second.
saying,
Let me
let's
get
hear
this
some of
working.
your stuff. All right, Abe. Be careful what you
Mm-hmm.
wish for, bro.
All right, you
Indy
guys, let
asked you for
me.
a long list.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know in the chat, you guys, if it's like starts getting all sketchy, because my connection's just been really weird all night for no apparent reason. All right. Mm, thinking about working here. There we go. Pro streamer.
I think it's very choppy. I think it was.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it's pretty choppy. Are you seeing it okay, 15? Or is it pretty
No,
bad?
it
Yeah,
was pretty
I'm
choppy.
sorry, you guys. I don't know why. Yeah, that's what they said in chat too. All right.
Can be a.
Well, you know
It
what we'll
can be a.
do is I'll just
Yeah. Yeah.
what were you
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, 15?
Nothing. I was just gonna say that it doesn't seem like a
Act
StreamYard issue because Clay was just using it because usually that happens as well.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's something to do with my connection, but it says that I have full internet connection. I've restarted my computer. I don't have anything else running. Like, I've jumped through all the hoops. So I don't know what's going on tonight, but I said
Yeah,
my
and your
Fed
voice.
is no fun.
Yeah, and your voice is sounding perfect. Like there's no issue when you're talking.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, when I was up on Clay's panel for almost the entire time I was up there, everybody was just buffering. Like all the videos were just buffering, and I was
Oh,
hearing like the remix. Like I was just hearing every other word.
oh man.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go down and chat. But yeah, it says they said that we sound okay. It's just the videos. Yeah, 15th. I was gonna say that too. Queens had the same idea I did. Are you able to share the screen from your end?
Oh yeah, that's actually good. Yeah, Queen Bee, Queen Bee. What would we do without you, Queen Bee? All right, let me. Yeah, I think I should be able to do it.
Okay, great.
Um, one sec. So I just
Hey Frank, thanks for coming over.
sharing screen is easiest with two monitors. All right, guys. One sec. Damn, I
Putting you
wasn't.
to work tonight, 15.
I
Thank you.
know, I know. This one I thought I was out.
Right?
Give me a second. I'll have it ready in one sec.
Estua, I am not familiar with your name. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you want to write how you found me, that'd be great. Oh, I see some love to Frank. So I'm guessing from the music community. Fantastic. Frank, if you're
Uh,
able to come up, I know you said you probably can't play very much tonight either, but
all right. So
yeah.
people in the chat, can you see? Okay, you can see
Yeah,
it.
they
Perfect.
can't see it yet. Yeah. There we go.
All right, I'll give it a spin here. All right. So now I hit stop sharing, right? And then the screen is going to go back to both of us.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, no
You can
worries.
just keep the songs going. We can just stay in chat, right?
Yeah, I've never used StreamYard, so I'm
Oh,
just
really?
learning the ropes. Yeah, I
Oh,
use
okay.
OBS because
Yeah, I tried to use OBS when I first started and I was so lost.
no, I know.
And then I found StreamYard and I was like, oh, okay, this is easy. I got this.
Yeah, OBS is perfect for like audio quality.
Hmm.
Because the way I hear it, it's just exact same that everyone hears it on stream. It's like really high quality, right? With StreamYard or Restream, the audio is a bit compressed. Um, so yeah, that was my biggest motivation for going with OBS in the beginning, and then after that, I just stuck with it. The downside is I can't have guests on the
Yeah,
panel as easily. Like you just drop a link and people can join. That's not how OBS works. But
right.
you win some, you lose some, right? So yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people who are more tech savvy than I am, and a lot of artists, I think, really like OBS.
yeah. It's just for me. It's always been just audio quality is really important to me. So
Yeah, that makes
um,
sense.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thank you to everyone in the chat for the kind words. Yeah, that song I've been listening to that like all day today. Just it's because your stream is a bit more like about conversations as well, but it's more
Hmm.
like it's so hard to be an indie musician, because like everything else is like a challenge on its own, like getting I'm working, I'm a family man, with a young kid as well. um and then this is something that just started very recently that nobody was expecting. First everyone thought I'm just going through a midlife crisis, right? That I'm just picking up the guitar. Like he's gone crazy, like he's just yeah, he's just gonna play it for a few weeks and then he'll be over it. But then it just turned into something much much bigger than I had ever anticipated.
Hmm.
um
So
and
when was it that you first picked up the guitar,
uh I think
or
3
picked
weeks.
it up again? Yeah.
No, picked it up again. No, I had never picked it up
Oh, okay.
before lockdown. So 2 3 weeks into lockdown, I was losing my mind, right? Like
Hmm.
losing my mind. Um, and I had bought a guitar like 3 years before that, 2017. First of all, it was very hard for me to find a guitar because I'm a lefty. So any store you walk into, they have if they have like 1,000 right-handed guitars, it'll probably have one or two lefties. Um, all my friends, whoever played a guitar, they were all righties, so I could never just pick up theirs and give it a shot, right? So this one was sitting there, and I was like, man, one day I'm gonna pick it up. One day I'm gonna learn it. But then, 9 to 5,
Yeah.
5 days a week, you're commuting, and my commute is very long as well. It's like 3 hours round trip, right? So it's like by the time I got home and picked the kid up from daycare and everything, I was fucking spent, like completely spent. So I never
Hmm.
had the time. And then COVID happened and then the commute was just taken out. That's the only thing that changed at that point. Well, I mean, socializing and everything else was taken out as well, right? So you were just at home. And as some people know, I was in a very very dark place in my
Hmm.
life at that point, right? So like I was just like on the verge of doing something stupid and I was like, man, you know what? Like the guitar was just sitting there looking at me. It was in a it was like one of those cheap Amazon guitars. Like I think it was called Rise by Sawtooth. It was like $100 guitar, and I didn't even have an amp. Like actually, the amp that came with it was like this big, like as big as my mic. Um, I just plugged it in, and I'm like, you know what? It's now or never. This is the time, right? So I
Well, I'm
started.
glad you did.
Yeah,
We all
thank
are.
you, thank you. Yeah, I started, and then everyone was like, "Oh, what? Like, yeah, good for you, man, good for you." They thought I'm fucking just gonna noodle around for a couple of weeks and that's it, and then just it's just been crazy, right? So now
Hmm.
it's like
So
getting
was
my
it love at first practice? Like as soon as you started, were you like, yeah, this is for me?
so in 2017 when I bought it, I played it for maybe like 3 minutes,
Mhm.
and because this I have mentioned this before as well, right? Like I didn't know anything about gear. I never learned anything about gear, which is, I'm a technical guy, I'm an engineer as well, right? But for music, I did not care, like, which type of guitar Gilmore is playing, what effect he
Right.
has. All I knew was what I'm listening to, it sounds fucking divine, right? So that's all I needed to know. Um, but then once I started, so I plugged it in that shitty, like, tiny amp, and Indy, I swear, it sounded so horrible, right? Because I was expecting it to, like, I'm gonna do something, and it's the Gilmore tone is gonna come out, right? It was just horrific, and I that's why I just left it there for 3 years. I didn't even touch it. But then when I started again, by then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, even if it sounds like shit. I'm gonna learn at least the basics, like one or two chords, and that's it. And then I started watching YouTube, and like, okay, how do you get this sound? How do you get that sound? And obviously, the first suggestion was get a freaking good amp, right? So
Mhm.
it's like one thing after another, and then once I got the tone right, I was hooked, which was very early on. Once I bent the string and I heard that thing
Mhm.
go off, I'm like, fuck, this is it. I'm in.
I'm glad you use the technical term like that thing too, because that's how I feel when I'm talking to musicians.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
great.
just, that's just, but now obviously now it brings its own challenges, right? Like now people in my life are not used
Sorry.
to me being, like, a musician on the side. I'm
Yeah.
still doing it on the side, like, after hours, right? I'm freaking sleep deprived as shit.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Because
You don't get
this is
enough sleep.
yeah, this is the
I'm
only
right there with
time.
you, but I I
Yeah,
I know how that goes.
yeah, because this is the only time I get, right? So now it's,
Mhm.
but it's like there's, and this is what I said in my Discord as well, and I say to people, I've said this from day one since I started putting my music out there. It's because of people like, even yourself included, and so many amazing people that I've met on my journey who actually, take the time to listen to my song. I and the kind words, the freaking feedback I get. Like, this one guy once told me that his dad was, in chemo, and he was listening to my music because my music was played on another live stream once, which this guy was
Mhm.
in, and it was playing on the main screen in his lounge, and his dad was sitting behind. And he, when he heard my music, it was a mainly hip hop stream, and then all of a sudden I come in there with my guitar instrumental, right? So his dad heard it, and he was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Oh, this is just some small, indie artist." And his dad just got hooked, and then during chemo he was listening to my music, right? And then a few months later he passed, but this guy is like a fan for life. Like,
Yeah.
he's told me, if you're ever in town, like, food and everything is on me, because you gave my dad comfort in his last moment. Like, it's shit like this that I hear, and I'm like,
Mhm.
how can I just take this so lightly, right? Like, it's something it's really impacting people, right? So I I don't know, but it's what it is, how it is,
Yeah.
I don't
No,
want
it's great. Yeah, no, I mean, I know how much it's impacted me, like, all of the music community. I mean, we were talking about it tonight, but I think there's so much that has to do with mental health, with not just the music. I mean, just the music, but not the music alone, but also the community that's involved now in this. I mean, getting to know these incredible artists such as yourself, and getting to hear, kind of the stories behind the music, and how you guys have come to be where you're at with this, and then the music too, that we have all of that music and the different variety that's there. And I mean, it's so much better than what we hear on the radio when it gets the mainstream
I
coverage. It's
swear,
just
I swear,
ridiculous.
like,
But
it's just like,
yeah.
oof.
But it's made me like really excited about music again. I mean, to be honest, I mean, I always have listened to music and I've always enjoyed music and it's always been a part of my life. But I kind of was, I think, in a rut in a way too, like not really stepping outside of what I was
Yep,
familiar with. And
same.
now I'm like I didn't honestly, like, I have come to just love the bass. I have never really appreciated it. And the drums, I mean, go figure. But really, I mean, I think seeing seeing such talented artists, you know, really seeing what they can do, what you guys can do with these instruments, and you know, it makes me have more appreciation for it too.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Yeah.
it's there's so many talented artists out there. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I always stay humble because first of all, like Pink Floyd, you know, my number one all time. Dire Straits, my all time
Yeah,
number two. I mean, I
I
have like
love Pink
posters
Floyd.
over here. Like these guys are just a whole other level, right? But just
Mm-hmm.
within our indie community, I see artists like Hugh. He was in the chat, freaking amazing guitarist, right? Like I see him play and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, like when am I ever gonna be this comfortable on the guitar, right? Obviously it's gonna take time if I can ever, you know, get to that level. But it's just I see these artists, Frank Turzo, you know, the legend. I have titles for all of these people in my chat.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Well,
freaking
Hugh
amazing.
said, I watched 15th progress from day one. He should be mega proud.
Thank you, brother.
He's shouting
Thank
you
you.
out too. Yeah.
That
And
means a
then did
lot.
you see the question from Frank?
No, sorry. What was the
He
question?
said he said you must be very proud with your following on Spotify. I think that
Oh,
was to
fuck.
you. Or I don't know. I
Thank
couldn't
you.
tell if he was saying that like tongue in cheek or if you actually have like a huge following on
No, I
Spotify.
don't.
And
I don't because
I was going to say,
Spotify is I find myself to be at the mercy of these playlist curators, right? And
mhm,
then so there if there's one legit playlister, there's like 99 scammers around them, right? And I made the mistake in the beginning. I was like, so people were like, "Oh, if you pay us, we will pitch your music to all these playlisters and they might, you know, if they like it, they'll add you, right?"
good one,
So I did
Frank.
that in the beginning, right? Because I was like, okay, if you know, I'm paying them for their time to listen to my music, and if they like it, some of them are legit, obviously, but some of them are just like, oh yeah, yeah, you got added to a playlist, man, amazing, and this and that, and turns out it's all botted, right? There's all bots in there.
Mhm.
It just messes up the algorithm forever. It's just a nonstop. It's a pain in the ass. With YouTube, I have control, right? Like I know the people, I get to know them, I can interact with them, I can go live, I can do live streams. There's so many, plus videos. Like for me, videos are very important. Very very important because it's not just the music. In my case, I like to make a
15th.
video.
I have to tell you what I keep laughing about because people keep bringing it up in the chat and I think you're missing it.
Yeah.
But the way that you line up with the background, it totally looks like like you're sitting in that chair and and
Sit,
it's really funny. It's really funny. It's
sit,
just cracking me up every time.
oh, sitting over the, oh, so
No, no,
there.
no. Do you see do you see the
That is
chair
on
in the
purpose.
background,
That
like,
is
by
on
the
purpose.
fire
See,
pit?
this is
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Video, visuals, right? This is what I'm talking about. That is the illusion I'm putting up here.
Right? People keep bringing it up, and I keep laughing at, like, times when you're talking about something serious, so I had to tell you
I'm
why,
talking about serious shit here, and Indy keeps giggling. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
right? It happens. And then also I did wanna see the make sure you saw this comment from Deborah. She said, "When I listen to your music, it helps me through my PTSD. It calms me. It's like magic in my head. It brings me peace."
Oh man, Deborah, thank you
You
so
know?
much. Thank you so much. I'm truly truly humbled. I had never imagined. Fuck, I had never imagined like anyone would even like I would ever make my own music, right? Like when I picked up the guitar, my goal, I had only one goal, that I want to play one David Gilmour solo start to finish, and that is it. I'm done.
Mhm.
That's all I want to do. But then it just turned into this whole other thing now, and it's like it's a wave, right? Like I can't stop it now,
Mhm.
and I don't want to
Well,
stop it,
keep it
right?
coming.
Because
Yeah.
it saved my life. It saved my life. Like I'm being honest,
Yeah.
like it saved my life. And this is what I said yesterday as well, during the whole thing that happened. But I said this is the thing that saved my life. I can't leave it.
Mhm.
Like and I won't. If I leave this, I'm done. Like I know I'm gonna be done. Like I will be miserable and unhappy and unfulfilled in everything.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah, you know, that guy that, Mr. Smith has sampled at the beginning of one of his songs that's his name is Bjorn? I never can remember his full name. Andreas
Mhm.
Hansen, I think is his last name. But anyway, he's incredible. And I'll try to drop his link if Fanta doesn't get to it before me. But he just did a stream, a couple streams actually, about grabbing onto happiness when you find it and the importance of doing what makes you happy. But he's incredible. He's a really uplifting person. He's kind of a kindred spirit, I think.
You know,
You know.
it's 100% true, and I see the comments. Thank you very much, everyone, and
Mhm.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the thing is, Indy, I always say this. Like, I can't remember the last time in the last like 20 years. I don't remember a moment where I was sitting here and I was like, man, I'm bored. Like I don't know how people can be bored. To be honest, there is
Mhm.
so many things you can do. Well, I mean, I think it's a guy thing as well. Like men can just sit in one spot and absolutely do nothing and be entertained. Like we are fucked up like that. But I think it's just there's so many things in life that you can actually look forward to, or do something, anything which
Mhm.
just keeps your brain like occupied. Let alone all this fucking entertainment. You have Netflix, YouTube, you have everything, right? So I truly feel that like happiness comes from within. Like, and some people, like, I know they're not happy, and they're like they seek happiness by making these plans. Oh, I'm gonna go see the freaking lights over there, and I'm gonna go see this, or I'm gonna go see that. Oh, I need people over, or I need to go see people, otherwise I don't know what to do. Like, I get it, but there's way more in our brain to keep us
Mhm.
occupied and happy than we give it credit for. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Music for me now is just like 15 Band has taken over, like completely taken over my life. And I am an obsessive person when it comes to this stuff. Um, when I do anything, I don't do it half-heartedly. Like, that's how I've been with everything in my life. If it's interesting, if it's not interesting, then fuck, I can't learn it. I just can't learn it. But if it's interesting, then I go all in, and then I don't want to come out of that rabbit hole until I've gotten to a point where I am decent at it. I
Mhm.
won't say great or good, because that's subjective, but yeah.
Decent. I think you're doing a little better than decent.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, thank you for sharing. That's a lot that you're putting that all out there, and I think that's pretty, speaks a lot about how much of an impact it's had on you too. And a
100%.
lot of people in the chat are, saying comments that they can relate. Mr. Smith, thank you for coming by. Good to see you.
The icon. Thank
Mhm.
you very much, bro.
Yes. And
Um,
Twisted, thank you for being here.
yeah, and these
Yeah.
people in the chat, like, obviously a lot of them are new. I haven't met them. Like, nice to meet you all. But the familiar names, like, they go to other streams. They're helping me so much
Hmm.
in getting my music heard. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't know how to thank them. Because it's such a selfless act. They're not artists themselves. They have nothing to gain from it, but they're going and to other people's streams, and just getting my music out there, in some cases paying the person to react to my music, right? And it's just unbelievable. Like, I am so humbled and so thankful. I can never forget such kindness. Like, that's just not me. A lot of people say, oh, people switch up. Like, I've told them they have a blank check. Like, if I ever switch up, they can come kick my ass anywhere because I will deserve to have my ass kicked if I ever switch up on them. But I don't think I will.
Yeah.
um,
Did you see Hugh's comments? He said, "Look for a Comfortably Numb collab very shortly,"
oh
and then
my
he also said he's
god.
going to send you a sneak peek Floyd cover. Hugh, I want to get on that list.
Oh.
That's
So
amazing.
Hugh, the thing is, uh once I started, like learning the guitar and everything, initially I did a lot of covers, like just for myself, right? And it taught me a lot of techniques. But then I completely stopped doing covers because, um, with the limited amount of time I get, I just feel like I just want to, make this time that I'm spending on learning a solo or something. I just want to put that and play my own, or make something of my own, right? Um, but comfortably numb, I mean, Yeah, fuck. I don't know how to say no to that. Right? It's
Yeah.
classic.
Don't say no to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'll just
Should
speak
I
for all the rest of us.
should I play Forever, Indy?
Yeah, that'd be great. Can
Just
you
the
go ahead and
visuals on
share it
that.
again?
I mean, that's what I'm most proud of.
Mhm.
The visuals on this one. I think I'm trying to improve every time, but obviously it's going to be difficult to keep improving. But let's see.
Yeah. Warren, come on up if you're able to. The link's pinned up at the top. Oh, actually, yeah, he's coming up right now. Let me go ahead and bring him up real quick, 15th.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Warren. I think I just had a chat with him earlier
Hey,
today.
Warren. Good to see you.
Hey, yeah,
Hey,
it's been the
Warren.
bracelet there for quite a while. Uh, I think it sent me to a previous stream or something because I sit
Oh,
there and I could hear you all, but y'all couldn't
Oh,
see me.
oh, sorry. I didn't see you back there, but I might have
No,
missed you.
I
I'm
know,
sorry if I did.
I know you didn't because I went back to the chat, typed something in, and then come back, and
Oh.
I said they can't see me. That's why
Well,
I went.
thanks for coming
I,
up.
I just restarted it and went all the way back around and come back in.
Hmm.
So how's it going? Hey, 15th, just sub you tonight for sure. I love what you're doing. Love
thank
it.
you very much. Thank you very much. I subbed back because I remembered you from Indy's last stream. You were playing the harmonica. I vividly remember that.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
with my nose.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I started doing as a joke, but everybody told me, you too damn good at that. Keep doing it. So I made a couple more videos. It started out as a joke. Somebody was picking at me. Somebody, I bet you can't play it with your nose. And I was like, I think I can do
Yeah.
that. So I did it, And I love what you was talking about a while ago, how, you know, you went through a bad spot in your life. So did I. And the harmonica was my release.
Yeah.
Although I do own 5 guitars, I ain't gonna say I'm great with them, but I like messing around with them,
Oh.
especially the dobro because I play it with the slide, and I
Oh,
like
I love the slide. I love the slide.
yeah, and I like the blues.
Yeah.
Do you ever
I
play? Do you ever play the guitar on live streams, Warren?
no, but yeah, well, yes, I have. I damn sure have. Uh, I I, I was about too stoned that night to remember exactly what it did, but yeah,
There's
I have. I've got an old 6 string electric. It's kind of a Frankenstein. It's made out of about three different guitars, and I took the regular electric strings off of it and put steel guitar strings on
Oh,
it, and it sounds amazing.
I
It
can
does.
imagine.
It really does. It. I play it with the slide laying on my lap like you would a dobro.
Hmm.
Oh my god, that thing. Matter of fact, that is the most viewed video that I got. It's called "Making Love to the Strings."
Oh,
It's from a couple of
I
years
like
ago. It's got about 6,000 views,
That's
I,
great.
li- I like that title.
Yeah, I'll have to go find that. Find that
and
one.
Yeah.
it is. It's a bluesy slide style kind of. Some of it sounds a little bit like outer space music, like you'd see on a sci-fi video or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then it just all flowed together. I mean, it just flowed together so well. I was like, damn. I had it, I had it, I had it tuned in an open G, and I was running the slide on it. And it's like I said, it's something very original.
Hmm.
There ain't nothing like it nowhere.
Nice.
I
I'd
get,
love to hear that.
Yeah.
yeah, just,
Are,
just check that
well,
little video out. It's out there.
I was gonna say I might try to find it. How long is it, Warren? Do you know? Is it just a couple
God, I
minutes?
don't remember. I think it's about 15 minutes long.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
It's
I'll find
it's
it.
very long. I can't
Hmm.
remember how long it is, but I mean, if you start listening to it, you don't pay attention to the time. You just kind of
Yeah.
get lost in it. I mean, it's one of them kind of things. You get
Perfect.
lost in it.
Mm.
Yeah, those are the best kind of songs.
Yeah.
Well, 15th, do you want to? I'll go ahead and pull this up, and then Warren, if we can mute, we'll go ahead and play this. Do you want to tell us anything about this song, 15th?
So this one is like all of my songs, of course, very close to my heart.
Hmm.
Um, but this one is special because um, the story that I try to tell, because my music is mostly instrumental, right? So I don't have words to tell the story, but with the melody and with the guitar, I try and tell a story. But with the visuals, I kind of made it pretty obvious what the story is about. It's about this person who's been through a rough time in life, for different reasons, and then there's always something there's always something that he feels that he's destined to do,
Hmm.
and then he finds it, and then once he finds it, it's something that is going to make his soul live on forever. Like it's something that's infinite. um
Autobiographical.
it sort of is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So this is called Forever. I'll just play this and hit mute. Hope you guys like it.
Thanks, 15th. That's amazing. You were talking about how you don't have the lyrics to be able to portray, the story, but you have such a gift for conveying emotions through your music. It's really beautiful to listen to.
Thank you so much, Indy. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just, I can't sing, so I let the guitar sing for me. That's what I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Well, I love it. Oh,
Thank you. Yeah.
Warren, I
Uh,
think you dropped
Abe had
out.
a question about the piano. So basically, Abe, this is what I play. It's a MIDI keyboard, and if you can see here, I have stickers which my daughter makes fun of the notes. So the notes are written on it because I can't learn another instrument. I don't think, and I just play it like by ear. If I know the key, then and I know the chord that I'm playing, then I just noodle around on it, and then come up with a melody, and then just stick with that. The song "Solitude," which was played on Clay Stream, that is the first half of that is on the MIDI keyboard on this keyboard. And the thing with MIDI is that you can actually bend the notes. So when you hit a note and you slide this up, you actually bend it like a guitar string. Um, so what that does is, it makes it sound like a guitar, like you're bending the string. So when I did that, a lot of people were confused in the beginning. They're like, "Are you playing a piano or are you playing a guitar? What the fuck are you doing with our minds?" And I'm like I'm playing the piano like I would play the guitar. So
That's great.
yeah,
Well, it
thank
works
you.
for you.
Yeah,
Hey, Warren, glad you're back up.
have a good night,
Yeah,
Cherokee Mommy.
my phone
Good
done
night,
something
Cherokee.
stupid. I walked away, so the Bluetooth headset disconnected. So I bumped the button to reconnect the Bluetooth headset, and it kicked me off of it. I said, ah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I agree, Shamrock. It's
I
the
was,
instrumentals that truly touch your soul.
Thank you,
yeah,
Shamrock. The thing is, there's a lot of stereotypes with instrumentals, right? Like I see so many people, um, they hear that somebody makes an instrumental and they're like, "Oh man, instrumental! I hate instrumentals and this and that. I need bars or I
oh,
need vocals or I need this." And I'm like, man, like instrumental is music, like at the end of the day. But then when they
right.
hear mine, they're like, "Yo, but we hate them, but we love yours." So I'm like, all right, I'll take that.
I'm
Yeah.
like this. I mean, when you got voice audio, it's great, especially if somebody's got a beautiful voice. But when it comes to the point to where it sounds like the instrument is talking, you talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you hit
Um,
some of those really high notes and hold it out, it just feels like somebody crying or like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
sometimes it just, you understand exactly what
Yeah,
was intended there?
that's right. The instrument is talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you guys have Memorial Day on Monday, right, Indy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I play another one of mine, which is kind of like it's about war and it's an instrumental,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think it'll be fitting for the people in the U.S. at least.
For it, I'll mute out.
Garrett, good to see you.
All right, I'll share screen again. One sec.
Mm-hmm.
The
I got
quote
it.
in the beginning is my favorite, and I left it there when I edited the video. I left it there for long enough that everyone can read it. If somebody misses it, then I can pause as well or do it later. But yeah, keep an eye on
Yeah,
that. All right, ready?
we're ready. Hey,
Let's go.
busy.
This is called Red.
So beautiful.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, this one. This one really struck a chord, pun intended, with so many people when it came out. It was ridiculous. Like this has the most number of likes out of all of my songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one there's a few
You.
riffs in there that are actually on the one that I did, making love to the strings. And
Oh,
that
really?
one, you had that one spot in there where it almost sounds like a harmonica. Uh, if you'll go and listen to my video called "Harder Times," you'll find that riff in there.
Hey, big
Ain't
chap.
that amazing? Ain't that amazing? I mean, that's just all that was original crap that I did, and I'm listening to your stuff. And I'm going, damn, I got that riffed in a song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got that riffed in a song that I did, and all of it, just original, just stuff that I come up with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Hawk.
Conspiracy
Sorry, I missed
Clay
you
is in
back
the house.
there. Good to
That's
see
all right.
you.
I figured you were busy, or you didn't see me, one or the other.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
I try not to look at me either. So we're on the same wavelength. Okay, so I won't hold it
Thanks for
against you.
coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was
Thank
checking
you,
out your
Anti.
stuff. I'm actually um, I'm actually gonna say this. I'm gonna fart around with your music a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Because I play native flute.
Oh, wow. I love that.
And
I love it.
yeah, I'm interested in screwing around with that and seeing if I can um, do a little accentuation on some of your music. I was listening to your Solace,
Um,
your instrumental called Solace.
You talking to me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I
yeah.
finished this
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Solitude on
Yeah.
Clay Stream. Yeah.
oh, yeah, that was good.
Because I'm out here by myself a lot. I'm trying to fix my rainmaker right now. Um, so it's a lot of people get those digital rains and things like that. I actually like the real deal. Come here.
Clay, good to see you. Thanks for being here, especially after a long night.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Clay had a
okay.
very long night.
Mm-hmm. That's the rainmaker you've got there? Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to. I have a friend who's bringing me up a loop, and I'm going to start recording all the sounds because I have deer knuckles
Foamy?
that I use as shakers. I make my own flutes. I make them either out of wood or out of PVC. So like this one here, this is made out of PVC, and you can look at the end of it and see all the actual pipe fittings for.
Here, hold on
came
one
out of-
second. I'll put you on full screen here.
It's
so you can
actually
see it.
where it was pipes that got put into my neighbor's house,
Oh, cool.
and he was burying it in his backyard, and that's where he wanted to have his pot garden. And I said, "You're not going to have anything grow out there if you bury that plastic in there." I said, "It's going to take 20 or 30 years for it to disappear." He says, "Well, what am I going to do with it then?" And I hadn't thought about it, but I told him, "Go ahead, throw it over the fence, and I would come and pick it up, and I'd figure out something to do with it." So at that same time, I had just finished this beautiful little piece here. And this is one of my wooden ones. And I was like, I was sitting in the backyard and you're not supposed to put your nose on the flute when I'm playing. And I was farting around with it in the backyard, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" And I was looking.
I like how the dogs join in.
Oh yeah, isn't that funny? It's not fun.
It sounds beautiful, though, Hawk.
I have 9 puppies
Yes,
behind me now that were just born over the last few hours. So I'm
Thanks for
hoping that
being here, Abe. Have a good night.
I'm hoping that they'll stay quiet. But and you basically can't tell the difference between the PVC and the wood. So I started making flutes, and I make them interchangeable so that I can change keys anytime I want. So if I get up and jam with a particular guitarist, he'll tell me what key he's in, and we'll start off with that, and then we can accentuate from there. So yeah, I find your backtracks very soothing and relaxing, and I think I'm gonna play around with a little.
Thank you. Yeah, sure, go for it.
But I don't really record anything because I've just never really recorded anything where it came to that. And but I will when I get that loop do some up, and I'll send them to you. And if you want to expand on a couple of my pieces, or I do something farting around with yours and you really like it, then you can, then of course you can put it up there. But yeah, I like it. I like what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
It's not always the lyrics. It's the tone and the mood that you set.
100%.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's the
Hey, Silver Girl, good to see you.
Breathing in that process, and that's what you're doing, is you're basically you're giving people time to breathe. And when you always got words there, people they're not breathing. They're like, it's a rush through life. They're rushing to hear what they want to hear in the song.
Absolutely. Plus how I look at it is words. Once you put words on it, yes, words can still be, interpreted in many different ways, but you're still guiding people in a certain direction with your words, right?
Yeah.
With music, if it's just an instrumental, everyone can imagine their own story on it.
Yeah, there's no manipulation involved.
Yep.
There's an idea. There's an idea for a song. When the people seem like they're drifting away, oh, a little instrumental in and let them wait. You find they'll want to come back in. To listen to what you got to say again. Yeah, I could write a song on that one.
Gabriel, come on, give me some room.
I love how you do that, Warren. Just on the spot, you get inspired and go for it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. Of course, if you've been around me a little while, you already know that.
We're all keeping Hugh awake, though.
Hugh, hey, Hugh, wake up, Hugh.
Don't feel bad. I'm going to be awake for about 3 weeks until these puppies get moved out of here into the kennel. So I'll stay up with you, okay? Don't you fret it now.
Oh, Hugh, by the way, while you're talking about the flute, you ever try making one out of bamboo?
Yeah, I've done bamboo. I've done shuka, which is it's a small tree in Africa. It's basically like a purple wood.
I agree, Shamrock.
And it gives a very, very delicate tone. It's extremely fragile. So when you're not playing it, it's got to go into a hard case, or else somebody just putting a little bit of weight on it can break it. And then I've got one that I'm actually making out of cherry right now. This one here, this is going to be the monster. This is going to be my big F sharp. I got the hawk's head already carved in at the end. And
what do they call that one that they play it with it sitting on the ground? A bassoon?
Yeah, the bassoon. The didgeridoo. The didgeridoo.
That damn thing's 6 feet long. I'm like,
So most of the flutes have an
I
open.
thought to myself, I said, I can go get me a piece of 2¼ inch drain pipe and
Yeah, that's a
put a
didgeridoo.
put a
That's a
put a cap on the end and drill some holes in it, and I'd have one of those.
Story of my life, you.
So
You're in good company.
I just gotta I gotta dig out. I packed up my my carving tools, or else I'd have this finished by now. But I already, instead of having a hole at the end like every other flute I own, where the hole's at the end, I actually put this one underneath, and I'm gonna carve the full hawk's head in to the end here, and then I have a headdress piece that's going to be my decorative up here, which will create the airflow between this hole and this hole. And that's basically, how these flutes work. You breathe it and blow into the end, and it goes under, comes up underneath one, under your decorative piece, blows into the other, or it gives it a nice smooth breath across and in, and allows you to be able to accentuate. Very interesting.
Playing one of those is a little bit like playing the harmonica. How you move your vocal cords, the shape of your mouth, and everything like that matters.
Yeah, and technique on fingers as well. Generally when a person gets a flute, the first thing that they do, they start farting around with it, and you begin to find that you can create your own songs very, very easily with them. It's mine I call my heart song, and it's one that I took, and I started off with a few chords, and I got a melody down, and then a couple of weeks later I'd add a little bit more. So it's almost like sitting down with lyrics. Sometimes you sit down, you write down a bunch of stuff, and it's like, wow, that really sounds good, but then you need something to inspire the rest of it.
Like
cause that centrifugal thing to get going for you. I find it very interesting, but it's my heart song. I'm going to end up recording and putting up on YouTube. That's why I'm waiting on the loop so I can do my Rainmaker, my deer knuckles, basically like a rattle.
Speaking of Rainmaker, go back and listen to my video. Can you see the rain? And listen to it. Guess what it was? And it sounded like it was pouring down rain. It was a little fan behind me. And all it did. And it sounded just like rain.
Oh, wow.
And I sit there and played with that for a few minutes.
Metal bladed fans?
No, it's plastic. Plastic.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of metal fans can do that too. But metal fans, especially like with guitar amplifiers and microphones that are set up onto the amplifier, instead of hardlining the amplifier, you set a mic up in front of it, and you have a fan that oscillates and goes back and forth on it. It can give some pretty wild effects, because the sound the wave as it's carrying to the microphone can be distended and distorted, and you wait till you try it out, dude. That's I'm telling you,
I played around with some sound stuff. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's why I love those old metal blade fans. Those are the best for that.
Oh man, you want to talk about something? It sounds weird as hell. You get one of them metal blade fans running, right? And you start a drip of water behind it at about 5 drops every 4 seconds. It sounds just like you're driving through rain on a motorcycle. I mean, for the world, it sounds just like it. Of course, the floor in front of the fan don't like it much, but oh well.
Do you still ride your motorcycle, Warren?
Oh yeah, I got a little piece of Chinese junk I'm riding right now, a little moped. But it does run 52 miles an hour. I had my fingers in that. But I've got my 1800. It's sitting right there in the next room, and I got 2 600s. Just had to Got to come up with enough money to put one of them back on the road.
Hmm.
But for right now, I'm just messing with the moped and saving my money up so I can put something better on the road.
That's pretty cool. Well, Warren, did you want to play something for us?
Yeah. You want me to do an improv or just do something that I've done before?
Whichever you'd prefer.
Well, I love doing improv.
All right, 15th. You want to give Warren a suggestion? He likes
I
to.
think
I think you know how he works.
improv would be the best
Yeah.
thing to
If
do.
you give him a phrase or something, an idea, he'll come up with something on the spot.
I mean, it can be anything. The old lady, drag racing,
I'm making
jumping in
15th
the
work up here.
pond, mud bogging. It can be anything. Go for it, man.
Well, you can make it about loneliness.
Okay, I
That's a
can
good
do
one for
that.
this month.
All right, let's see. I'm looking for a back setting pick. Okay, loneliness. That's pretty wide. Pretty wide. Give me a back setting to what you're thinking about loneliness.
Oh, well, I mean, then this is gonna be like really long description, but let's think of it this way: that someone is to the world, that person appears to have people around him all the time or around her all the time.
Uh-huh.
But even amongst all of those people, this person just floats off, his mind just drifts off. He's not there, with the mundane, stupid talk, like conversations that people have, which are just like meaningless. The person
Right.
just drifts off, thinks of things very differently.
Hmm.
And because of that, just has this constant sense of loneliness in his life.
I got you. Well, I hit the lottery back in 1993. I thought that was the happiest that I'd ever be. All of a sudden, I had so many friends that I couldn't see past all of them. But I felt this awesome loneliness within. Where have all my close friends gone? Even though I'm surrounded by people, I still feel alone. I'd rather go up and live on the side of a little old mountain, you see, and just have a couple of close friends around me. 'Cause being lonesome is a state of mind, you see. Kinda like a lone old pine tree. Got no other trees around. And stuck to that piece of ground. And that's my definition of loneliness, you see.
That was
That was be-
awesome,
that was
Warren.
beautiful.
That,
I
That was
love how you
amazing.
do that. I love how you
Yeah.
that's
do
what
that.
I
I
love
really do.
doing. That's what I love doing, and that was a great idea. That's why I had to ask you a little bit of detail. Let me see. I mean, I could have went 1,000 ways with that.
Yeah.
I want to know a little bit more what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, 15th, I was thinking about that video you talked about playing and what you were sharing about loneliness. And I think that that's, sorry, to be more specific, my video about my channel, that it's one of my first videos, and it's, I don't know,
Oh, by the way,
I'm kind of,
I hope somebody recorded that. So if 15th wants to use that on something he does in the future, go for it, buddy.
Thank you very much.
yeah, you know what? I need to start making some clips of some of my videos, but that, and then
Oh,
that we're stronger together.
all my mess is
Still
free.
want to
You
do.
can go way back. You can go way back to whenever I started. You can use anything that I put on YouTube.
I
Anything.
love that, Warren.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
I was thinking 15th about what you were sharing about loneliness. And I think that's part of what brought me to YouTube and being in the chats and being involved in the community was at that point, you know, going through what a lot of us were experiencing, where we were getting kind of isolated, not just from social distancing and all of that, you know, chaos, but also from just getting kind of isolated with our family and friends who
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
we were finding ourselves, you know, on opposite ends of different issues. And you know, whether
Yeah.
we were pulling away or they were pulling away, there were a lot of us who were really feeling pretty isolated and alone. And that's how,
100%.
yeah, that's how you know, I started getting involved in these different chats and communities, and then kind of seeing so many different people asking the same questions I was about what was happening. And then you know, as we started to kind of hang out, like you guys all do in the music community, you know, we all started kind of following from chat to chat and getting to know each other. And you know, that was one of the things I did, was share links out, you know, like mods do. But that was all new to me. And anyway, yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting that kind of came full circle
Yeah.
tonight.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, I think it's something that's so relatable. You know, everybody feels alone at different times, you know, even if
Yeah.
we're surrounded by people. And
I
Warren,
think
I loved what you
absolutely.
said in your song about,
Absolutely.
you know, you needing just a few close friends.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty amazing too. Sorry, 15th, what were you going to say?
Yeah. No,
I mean,
and that's
you
the thing.
you can
Once,
see. In,
sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I didn't mean to hope you. You can be in the middle of a big crowd, right? But if you don't relate to these people, you're still alone in the middle of a big crowd.
100%. And now
Exactly.
I
I
feel
I
I
like
feel
the
it's
way that song come out. That was
yep, and I feel it's become even more amplified now for me personally. Like this is not a general statement, but it's just for me.
mhm,
Ever since I got into music and stuff, because I feel so strongly about it, I
yeah,
know that 99% of people around me, like not on YouTube, but outside of YouTube, they don't feel the same way about music, right? So
right.
it's like I this is all I think about now. This is literally all I think about, right? So
Um, can I
now
ask
I've
you a
become more
question?
and more isolated.
Can ask you a question?
Yep, sure.
How many years have you been seriously playing now?
Uh, so it started 2020, right? That's when I started learning. So 3 years.
Wow. I've been tramming on this thing for about 4.5 now.
Nice.
Uh,
Love you,
Well, you played
Shamrock.
nice.
I well, I played a little bit, kind of country style, just very simple, basic stuff when I was about 14. And I started out with a 48 hole golden butterfly of all things. But anyways, I got to where I liked it, and well, I got busy building engines and chasing women and drag racing and building motorcycles and that kind of thing. So I didn't I didn't do much of nothing other than riding motorcycles. I still love them. Uh, I got married. Was married for 18 years, and she decided that she wanted to piss me off bad enough to run her off. Well, I wound up losing most of my property, my land, everything else, and I
Sorry to
picked
hear
a
that.
harmonica. I picked a harmonica back up at that point. I was working a little old campground, and the fella had a left-handed Yamaha guitar. Well, I was sitting around the campfire with him one night, and I said, "Let me hold that thing." I took my old big lighter out and put it on the strings and started playing slide. And he says, "Whoa!" He said, "Where'd you learn to play guitar?" I said, "I didn't." He says, "Well, you got a damn ear for tone." He says, "I got something I think you can play." He said, "Let me go see if I can find it." And he dug and dug and dug and he couldn't find it. Well, the next day he comes out and hands me this.
Nice.
That
That's
is
great.
probably the cheapest A key, 20 some odd hole that you can find. But that kind of inspired me to start playing again. And that, I ain't never going to throw that one away because it was
Yep.
Gabe.
100%.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
amazing.
it ain't worth $2 probably, but I ain't getting rid of
It's
it.
worth a lot more than that to you. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If nothing else, just to sit it on the shelf and look at it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I had held on to my first one. The thing is, it was so crappy, and but still, it was my first one, right? And then
Right.
I got a Fender Strat. So once I had that, and then I got the PRS, I was like, man, you know what? Like, I should just get rid of it. I don't have that much space for guitars.
I've
Um,
got, I've got
and
a,
I got rid of it actually. I gave it to someone for like $50, and that was when I was just starting out. Like, I think I only
right.
had like one song out. So that person said to me that, oh, well, if you ever make it big and you want to buy it back, then, let me know. So,
Yeah.
that guitar is still
Hey,
out there somewhere.
that's called somebody that respects what you're doing. You know.
Yeah.
Much love to you, Twisted. I appreciate your comments. Warren, there's a question for you from Hugh. He said, would you be up for doing a Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee collab?
If I can figure out how to do it on this piece of junk phone, I mean, this is about the limit of what this phone will do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be. Nah, I'm open. I'm not scared. I'm not stage fright. Heck no. I'll go up on stage in a heartbeat.
No, you
I
don't seem to have that concern, Warren. I love it.
I played live several times on the spur of the moment. Didn't even know the people. 'Cause, they'd be playing music,
Thought
and
I
I'd
was
be
on
getting
mute.
into it, and I'd pull my harmonica out, and I'd start playing. I'd be sitting over to the side, having a beer or something, and all of a sudden, one of the guys in the band go, "Hey, get him up here!" And start waving at me like, "Get him up here!" And I said, "Really? Okay." I've done that a couple of times. Just be at a place where they're playing, or it might be a bar, might be on the at a festival or something, and that next thing I know, they got me on the stage playing. I said, okay, I'm cool with that.
I love it.
Makes life interesting. I love it. They want me to play on a big stage. So I wouldn't care if there was 100,000 people out there. If they wanted me to come up there and play, I'd say, hell yeah, ain't never done this before. Let's do it. I got that kind of attitude, though. I just like, well, hell, it ain't gonna kill me to try. Let's do it.
I like your attitude, Warren. You seem like you're a go-getter,
Yeah.
like you're
Oh,
always up
you
for
ever
it.
hear the joke about the go getter?
I'm afraid to. Go for it.
This little boy, he always be sitting down there at the corner of the bar. And this one fella says, he finally asked him, he said, one day, he says, what do you do for a living? He says, well, I'm a go getter. He says, man, I ain't never seen you do nothing but come down to his dance bar and sit here until about 4 o'clock and then you haul tail. He said, yes, sir, that's what I do. My wife I carry her to work at about 9 o'clock in the morning. And at
I
5 o'clock, I got to go get her. That's my job. I'm a go getter.
You tell jokes like my dad, Warren. That's great. I
Well,
love
I got some good ones now. Some of them might not be suitable for your channel, though.
it. His
They're
wouldn't
too
have been
good.
either. Right, Shamrock, I agree. I love Warren's free spirit.
So some of mine get so you get on the raunchy side, and most of them I come up with myself. I'll tell other people jokes if they're good. It's kind of like Larry the Cable Guy or Ron White. Some of them guys, I trip out on some of their jokes. They good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ever,
I miss Sean. I've been thinking about him.
you ever heard Larry the Cable Guys talk? It was one of his first CDs that ever hit the air.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Yeah." He said, "I once knowed this old gal. She had one boob bigger than the other. Mm-hmm. Oh, we carried her down there to the beach to the wet t-shirt contest. Hell, she come home with first and third prize. I love my sister." That was a good one. I ain't never gonna forget that one. Another I like was Ron White. He said, "I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't don't y'all go out there and marry for money or beauty." He says, "One, if you marry for money, you're gonna earn every damn dime of it. Two, if you marry for beauty, well, let me tell you something." He said, "Go get you an ugly woman." He says, "Why do I feel that way?" Well, think about it. If she got an ugly face, they can fix that. If she's got saggy boobs or too small of boobs, they can fix that. If she's got a wrinkly butt, they can even fix that. You don't like her hair color, they can fix that. He says, but I'm gonna tell you one damn thing. They can't fix stupid. When he told that one, I said, "Oh my God, I'll never forget that one."
I was gonna say, are you saying that beautiful women are stupid?
Not necessarily.
I know there's quite a few that have blonde moments, but
Not necessarily saying they are. Just the way he put it. Go marry you a ugly woman.
well, they wrote a song about that. It's if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was it?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, I remember on karaoke one night. Now this was terrible. I couldn't have done it, but I did. You ever heard that song? But I think it was the Statler Brothers. Lonely women are beautiful lovers.
Oh, yeah.
I changed. Yeah. I went on karaoke, and instead of saying older, I said ugly. And it's such an oxymoron, You say ugly women are beautiful lovers. I laughed.
Too.
Oh man, I about cracked up trying to finish the song. I had everybody in the bar about to roll laughing. They loved it.
I like that, Don Shell.
I've seen more beautiful women with the ugliest men on the planet.
I tell you what, I've seen some absolutely beautiful women with the ugliest damn attitude I ever seen. And then I've seen some of the ugliest women with the most beautiful attitudes I've ever seen. And I mean, you know,
Well,
I,
I think it
I'm
just
not.
goes to show it matters about what's at the core is the most
That's
important.
right. Yeah, I'm more about
Frank,
really.
Frank is cracking me up.
I'm really more about the attitude than the physical looks.
Good thing you ain't got one of them tucked it
Also
in
true, Terry.
swimsuits on, because that'd been a messy pee.
All right, Indy. I'm
15th. Yeah, I was just
yeah.
gonna say, would you mind doing one more song before you go?
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
if you have to go, you can go.
No, it's fine. I'll do Memories, which is
All right,
also an
great.
instrumental. When I was making this, though, the thinking behind this was I was just sitting there thinking, um, we have good memories and bad memories in life, right? But do the good memories, even though they're good, do they actually make you sad because that time has passed and you miss that time or you miss that moment, or and bad memories, are you do they actually make you happy that you're done and over with it, or does it make you sad thinking about it, right? So it was more like that, and then that's why the song like flows in that direction, and then it's more like purging the sad
Mhm.
memories. um
Wow, I
but
like
yeah.
it. I like it.
Yeah. See, I
Already,
love hearing
I
the
ain't,
stories
I ain't
from
even
you.
heard it, but I already like it.
All right, let me just share my screen. All right, so this is an earlier one, January 2022, I think, is when I dropped this. So let's go.
It's just amazing. Yeah, it's
Oh,
incredible. Incredible.
I like that.
Thank you so much, 15th, for coming up and hanging out and not making me
No,
be up here alone.
no, thank you
Everyone
for
knows
having
that I
me.
can't do that.
Thank you for having me, and
Yeah, this
I
is
hope
great.
Warren and Hawk can stick around so that you're not by yourself on
I'm hanging
stream.
around for a little bit. I got 65% battery, so I got about maybe an hour left.
All right, that's good. Yeah, because it's like 1:30 over here, and
Yeah, it's 1:30 here too. I'm in South
yeah,
Carolina. Where you at?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
And it's 1:30 there too.
Yep, same time zone.
Ain't that weird?
It's
I
only,
figured it'd be an hour ahead or an hour behind.
it's only 10:30 where I am.
Oh well, the way it works, it follows the longitude, not
Ooh,
latitude.
wait,
The
Shamrock, I got to tell you about something.
the
Sorry,
lines.
Warren.
Oh,
Hold on
okay.
one second. So Shamrock, I always feel like that for 15th songs too. But I wanted to let you know that he has a stream. I don't remember the name of it or the title of it, 15th, but you're like slowed down.
Oh, the mix. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
God.
mix.
Well, I mean, Anti can find the. I'm sure he can find the link before I even start searching
Yeah,
it.
I know, right? He probably
But
already is over there pulling it up right now.
yeah, that's like a 50-minute, almost an hour mix that I did.
Yeah,
So I took
Shamrock,
all
you'd
my
love it.
instrumentals and the solos, and I slowed it down and added reverb to it, so it became this really chilled out vibe. And
Hey, Clay.
oh my God, there he is. There's the stream master. So Indy, you're in good hands now.
Right?
Um, Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat, like my usual suspects, Queen Bee, Frank, Hugh,
Mhm.
Pookie. Thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you to everyone who I'm meeting for the first time. Shamrock, Ducks, Brew. If I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. But I think there are a few others. Thank you so
Good night,
much
Big
for all the
Chap.
love. I really appreciate it. And Warren, Hawk, it was great being with you on the panel. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
And same here, likewise. And Indy, thank you for this
Yeah, much love,
opportunity.
15. Thank you so much. And you're always welcome up on my panel, but I'll bug you and try to get you up here intentionally
Thank you.
sometime soon.
Thank you. Yes, anytime. And
All
Anti,
right.
I hope he's listening. He can share the link to that slowed down mix.
Yeah, if he doesn't,
Um,
if I'll grab it if he doesn't, but I
okay,
bet he will.
perfect. All right. Have a good
Yeah,
night,
it's a great
everyone.
mix.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thanks, 15th.
Take
Good
it easy,
night.
bro.
Get some sleep.
Take care, Clay. Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Stay into it.
Clay, thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah, you bet.
Are you up for
Hello,
playing something?
how you doing,
Yeah.
brother?
Absolutely. I'm doing good, Warren. How are you doing?
When do you sleep, Clay?
Shortly after I leave this panel.
Nice.
Good answer. Good answer. I like that one.
Yeah, I've been doing with the road shows and everything. It's a lot of streaming every week, so I'm glad I'm taking a break from the road shows for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, really quickly, Clay. Hold on. Shamrock. Anti just dropped the link to that link to that video of 15th, Ben the 15th. That's his channel. And I believe that's where that video is. But yeah. It's great. It would be great to fall asleep too. All right. Sorry, Clay.
No worries. I didn't get a chance to play a whole lot tonight, so I'm going to start off with one that I like just to practice with.
All right.
It's an emotional acoustic guitar ballad. It's just a 3-chord progression, E minor, D, A, but I just have a lot of fun playing with this thing. Something like that.
Yeah.
That was
Dude,
great, Clay. You could play
I,
forever, and I would just keep listening.
right. What do you think? That's what I was fixing to say. You could have just kept going. Nobody would have said a damn word about it. No problem.
Yeah, Hawk put in the private chat he had to drop down, but Hawk, thank you for coming up and hanging out on panel and playing the flute and being part of the conversation. Appreciate you being here.
Oh hell yeah, I like that. I like that Indian flute. Ashley McCormick, check her channel out. She plays it,
The flute?
and yeah, and she is damn good at it. I'll tell you another one's damn good at it. Mountain Rain. Yeah, Mountain Rain also plays guitar. She does like poetry reading stuff, and she's just awesome lady. Awesome lady. Y'all go check her out. But
You want to hear another one?
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, damn it. Mine part, you know. Anyway, Clay, go find one of my just basically instrumental harmonica videos. I want you to take that and make you a loop track out of it, and I want to hear you play slide electric to it.
Well, I don't play slide electric, but
You can. I know you can. But I know you can play the blues, so I know you can play slide if you just give it a second. You can do it.
this backing track I'm going to play came from my friend Jack Hunter. It's a lot. It's really slow. I think it's at like 85 BPM, something like that. But I dig these really slow tracks like this sometimes. So
Good night for real, Hugh. Thanks for being here.
So this one was made by my friend Jack Hunter, and it goes something like this. something like that.
Always something like that. Love it.
Hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, Clay. I actually used your phrase one night, and then I realized I did it. I said, "Dadgummit, I ain't supposed to be stealing somebody's stuff."
Now you
I
owe
was
me
on the
$50, Warren.
line. Hey, but I did say after that, "Oops, I'm using Clay's phrases." And guess what? Here was the flattery. About 20 of them knew it. They just started laughing. They said, "Yeah, we thought the same thing," because they know you.
What's funny is I mean I've said this, but it keeps happening. I'll hear myself saying it in like everyday life, not on YouTube. I'll just say it. And then I notice that I said it. And I don't know if I'm saying it more because everybody's saying it more or or if I'm just noticing when I do say it. I don't know. But it's great
Something like
branding,
that.
Clay. Either
Well,
way.
it was either the phrase something like that or fuck it, I hate that song.
Yeah, something like something like that's better.
Alright.
How about
It fits.
how about so Sally, so Sally?
I'm gonna play
Remember the
one
cartoon? The one
play
kept
one
saying
more and then I
so
gotta
Sally,
go.
so Sally.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap up after that actually. Let me do
Play something like that, Clay.
All right, this is a long extended guitar backing track. It's a slow rock ballad in E minor. And thanks for all the compliments, you guys. Something like that.
You always end it so abruptly. Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Well,
That was awesome, man.
that
awesome.
particular backing track is 30 minutes long.
I
So when do we
I
get to hear
played-
the whole
I play-
version?
Oh, jeez.
I played along with damn near all of it.
Let me do one
I got
more.
I said, oh hell, I like that.
I don't know if you got to see any of the comments going by, Clay, but I didn't want to cover up your guitar to put the comments up, but everybody was loving it, obviously.
I'll do one more, and then I
Awesome.
seriously gotta get out of this freaking chair.
I'll kick you from the stream after this.
This is I don't know if you guys are familiar with Buckethead or who Buckethead is. He's one of the most underrated guitar players in all of the world, in my opinion. I by no means am Buckethead or am talented as Buckethead, but this is one of his backing tracks, and it's a melodic Buckethead backing track in the key of E minor, and this is my take on it.
You guys get out of here.
Something like that.
That was awesome, Clay. I loved the
Absolutely.
little
Awesome.
interruption from your kitten in the middle.
He's like, get out of here.
He's become a daddy's boy. He's got to be everywhere where I'm at, and that's including on the pot. He's got to be right there with me.
So like children, right?
Get out! Go!
Somebody's in
Get
trouble.
out of here. Get on out.
Go!
That's like the movie Every Which Way But Loose.
So much for my green screen.
The old woman walks out to the car or the truck. Old Clint, he's working on the truck, right? And he says, "Ma," she said, "Ma, you gotta do something about this thing I ate got into the living room, ate my whole box of Oreo cookies, cracking all over the place. You better do something with this here ape." You remember that one?
All right, Indy, I gotta go. Once again, thanks for being part of the stream earlier, man. That was
I'm
awesome
sorry
to
my
have you.
connection was so awful. I really wanted to hang out with that panel. It was such a great panel, and it was awful when I was up there. My connection was so bad. So,
Don't be
but thank
sorry.
you for including
Had a
me.
great time. And I will see all you guys next time.
Yeah, and Queen pointed out that that Clay has the roadshow tomorrow night on Debo's Nation.
I do.
And oh, there we go. Sorry, just doing a final plug here while you're here. Yeah, and if you could drop Debos's link, that would be great for anybody who's not subbed. He does a really great show, and they have a lot of the same music community and some different people on there too, and it's great community.
Thanks, Indy.
Yeah.
But
Thanks again, Clay.
Anytime you want to take a loop out of something or a clip out of something or play the whole damn thing, I don't care. You go right ahead and do it.
All right, Warren.
Use it for backing ground or some of the stuff I do's got a pretty good beat to it. Do whatever you want to with it. It's all free.
All right, Warren. All right, you guys have a good day.
Good night, Clay. All right. Well, Warren, did you want to play one more song? I have to end here pretty soon. But if you wanted to play one more, I'd love to have you play your harmonica for us.
All right. Do you want me to do a brand new improv, or you just want me
how about chat? Is there anybody in chat who wants to give a suggestion? Put Warren's name and then a suggestion, and we'll pick a good one, or let him pick which one to do.
Well, I can't see the chat.
Oh,
so
okay. I'll read some off to you if
you
anybody.
don't have to audio it. You don't have to audio it to me.
Okay, we'll do. Well, I don't think this was to that, but there was a comment here about great community, and that would be a good topic, I would think.
Yeah, that's a good.
Thank you, Anti, for dropping Debos's link.
If we don't get a nutting pretty soon, I'll go with that.
Twisted wants to know if you know any Chuck Berry.
Oh, my ding-a-ling, I want to play.
Is that Chuck Berry?
Yeah, it is. That was such a cute song.
There you go, Twisted, just for you.
So, some people got offended by it, but I thought it was so cute. All he was talking about was 2 silver bells on the string.
Oh, that's a good one. Anti suggested honoring our fallen for Memorial Day coming up.
Oh wow, yeah, that is a good one. Damn, I might have to go find my A harp to do that on, so I can do the bagpipe part of it. Well, hey, it's going to be an improv, but I've already thought that far into it. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna try it without going hunting today. That one's got my vote. Any other mentions?
Me too. Nope, that's perfect. Go with it. Thanks,
All right.
Anti. Thank you, Warren.
Hey, no problem. Well, I drove out to that hillside this morning, and I looked at all them crosses on the ground, and I thought to myself, God bless the fallen. They have let me stand up here on the ground. For they took care of our freedom all in life, you know it's true. And they died for the flag that's flying over me and you. So thank God and please remember all those that have fallen, so that we can still walk around. For freedom isn't free, it's not cheap, you see. And if you don't believe me, looking at the ones laying under them oak trees.
That was beautiful, Warren. Thank you for doing that. That really touched me. Thank you, Anti, for the suggestion. That was great. I appreciated all the comments in the chat too. Thank you for everyone who served.
Yeah.
And thank
I
you
had
to all who made the ultimate sacrifice. I hope
uh,
that we will make them proud.
I hope so too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
like I said, if you got that recorded, just share it out. Just
yeah.
clip it and share it.
Yeah, I need
Clip it.
to, Warren, you know what I'll
That
do?
was
I need
good.
to make some clips of videos because there's quite a few of yours I want to clip. So when I do that, I'll have to get a hold of you so I can actually, if you wouldn't mind, would you put your email in the private chat?
Yeah, I ain't got to put it in private chat because this is all I use it for is YouTube.
I think
It is
yeah,
in
go
little
ahead.
bitty letters, Floyd Warren at Floyd Warren. No, Floyd Warren 666 at gmail.com. That's
Okay.
it. And
All right.
that's
And
all I
so
use
I
that
have it.
email for. So if they send me a bunch of bullshit in there, it will not be seen except on YouTube. So I ain't
Okay.
worried about it.
All right.
That's
Well,
my
when I
use.
get those clipped, I will figure out how to send that to you so you can have them too, Warren. And then if you want to, you can put them up on your channel too.
I don't know how to do that on this dumbass phone. This is
All
not
right, I might be
smart.
able to help you with that.
It's a
But thank
dumb.
you so much. This was really nice to have you up here. It always is. And thank you to 15th and Clay and Hawk.
Oh man, 15th was awesome.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Hawk, not bad either. Not bad either. I love that Indian flute. I wish he'd have played a little more though. Little turkey.
Yeah, he has dogs that were giving birth, so we had to go. But he was playing Anti said midwife. But right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here and just getting to hang out was great. And I think this was a great
Yeah,
way
it
to
was.
end this stream.
It was awesome.
I hope
I think
everybody
this.
has,
I think this is maybe my second time here.
yeah, at least second, maybe third even. I'm not sure. But I always see you on other streams too, so it's hard to keep track.
Oh, good lord! I bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get
Yeah.
bored just sitting looking at something. Maybe I want to interact with people a little bit. You know.
Yeah. No, I know. I think that's part of the draw of this community for so many of us is having, like-minded people to
I,
get together and
I, I'm gonna
connect
tell
with.
you something. That music and mechanics, those two platforms. Boom. All you got to do is know a little bit about what you're doing, and those two platforms you're in right quick.
That's great.
'Cause
Well, I hope everybody has something they're able to do this weekend to remember our fallen veterans and be
I
thankful
do, but
for the
I
freedoms that we
can't
have.
do nothing except say a prayer for him. One of my veteran friends got murdered about 5 years ago, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll, I can't do nothing for him, but I can sure say a prayer for him.
Absolutely. I love that you honor him like that.
Hmm. My best friend, and I went to his the trial for the one that was accused of killing him, which he did kill him. I know he did. There's no damn question in my mind. They let that sorry son of a bitch go.
Yeah, that's happening too often these days. It seems
And
like
when
more frequently than before.
all I done was as soon as they said he was free to go, I stood straight up in the middle of the courtroom, pointed straight at the judge, and I said, "You free to go too." And she kind of looked at me, and I said, "To hell," and walked out.
Good for you, Warren.
Oh, I was pissed. And then the widow of the man that they had the trial, trying to convict the actual murderer, and he was. I know he was. The wife, his widow, which I was there on account of her mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I walked clear outside after I heard that, and she come out and she says, "Come back up here. The sheriff wants to talk to you a minute." And I said, "He ain't charging me for fucking walking out that courtroom. I wasn't in there for no crime or nothing." She said, "No, he wants to talk to you." I said, "Okay." So I went back inside, and he come up to me and shook my hand. He said, "What happened in there was not right." He said, "You opened my eyes to a lot of clues just today." And for that, he said, "That stupid judge," is what he said. "That stupid judge that let him off was a crime in itself."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
me and that sheriff, we get along. Well, we got along. He's no longer a sheriff. I get along with him as a person, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that tells you what I
Good night,
think about law.
Buffering. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
That tells you a lot about what I think about law enforcement, don't it?
Yeah.
You got to be somebody before the law you're trying to push across. God, there's so many bad ones out there. They think when they get that little brass piece of metal on the damn chest that they are the law. No, they're not. They got to follow the law, or they're gonna wind up getting out one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not trying to bash all cops, because there are some good ones out there. But good Lord, how many times have I seen them do wrong? I mean,
Yeah, I feel you, Warren. All right, well, I got to get going here, and I know it's been a long night for a lot of us with the back-to-back streams, but thank you so much, Warren, and thank you everybody again.
Hey.
I hope that you all have a great weekend, and remember,
No,
we're stronger together.
Exactly. You know what? That's funny. You quoted something that one of my buddies' wives put on Facebook. Exactly. We're stronger together.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Keep it spreading around. We need to remember it. All right. God bless everybody. Good night.
Take it easy, babe.